Hi everyone, Dennis Foley from Acoustic Fields. Beware of absorption myths, part 2. This is part of our series where we took our most viewed videos and we're going to expand upon them. So let's talk about absorption rates and levels in this video because they have to be a top priority. I see this every day. Everybody thinks absorption is absorption. It's not. You have to match the rate and level of absorption to music and voice. Music and voice require a different rate and level of absorption. And we'll walk through an example later on, and I think you'll understand it a little better. Music and voice require special rate and level. This is the range that's very, very critical for voice and music. This 125 to 500 cycles. Engineers will tell you this all the time. This is a very, very critical range. Because in this kind of fundamental range, everything else is built upon it. We got 250, we got 1000 up here. Everything, your higher frequencies, harmonics are built upon that fundamental frequency range. So we got to get it right. We got to get it balanced. There has to be spectral balance in it. We just have to focus on that. Building insulation, fabrics, cotton, they don't have the right rate and level of absorption. They were never designed as an acoustical tool. Now, maybe you can take these material types and put them in to a box and get the proper rate and level. I haven't seen it, and I look at most of them because I see them come across my room for them every day. I get calls every day from people that have bought this, that, or the other and filled their room with it. And my first question is, well, why are you calling me? Well, I'm not happy with the sound. You just spent $10,000 on treatment and you're not happy with the sound. Well, that's interesting. All right, so how do we fix that? That's a tough one. So you have to realize that there's certain requirements that you have to have in your acoustical treatment. Rate and level is one of the most critical, okay, for all frequency ranges. Let me tell you about our corporate boardroom. I measured over 200 corporate boardrooms back in the 80s and 90s when I created my foam technology. I started to see all kinds of problems in all kinds of boardrooms from here in this range. Male voice, mainly back in the 80s and 90s. I'm sure it's changed now. Hopefully it has. We need more women CEOs. But back then it was mostly men. Long, narrow room. Long table. You've seen pictures of it. They're all classic cases. You'll have 10 guys sitting on each side and a male CEO at the head of the table speaking. It's like a Thanksgiving dinner, only it's work, okay? No turkey. At least not on the table. Sorry. But anyway, the bottom line here is the guys at the end of the table were falling asleep, and their comprehension rate of what was being said was horrible. They couldn't hear anything, and I sat back there and couldn't hear it either. Most of these guys were my friends. I was a big real estate developer back there, so they didn't have any problem with me sitting in and taking some measurements. They wondered why, of course, but they didn't care, okay? So what I started to see was that 125 to 500 cycle. It was all over the place. It depended on distance of the sidewalls, the length of the room, the floor to the ceiling. But in those rooms where it was right, everybody at the table could hear perfectly without increase in amplitude, so the speaker didn't have to raise his voice. I was in one meeting where the CEO threw a glass at one of the guys who dozed off at the end of the table. Hit him pretty good. Well, this is the issue. So maybe he's sleeping for other reasons, but the bottom line here is I couldn't hear either back there. So it's very, very critical that you focus on rate and level. And they had all the standard treatments. They had the drywall construction, the drop ceiling. They stuffed building insulation in the drop ceiling. They did all kinds of craziness. Bought the foams that were in the marketplace. Nothing worked, okay? So that's what prompted me to focus on that region with my foam. You can go on our website and see our curves. It's in the About section of the website. Go in there and look at the curve. We compare it to a couple other companies. I can't remember who at the moment, but it's there. The data's there. Look at the difference. Look at the difference in ours foam from 125 to 500. It's night and day, okay? So we got to focus on speech intelligibility. What is speech intelligibility? How many and how clearly we can hear each word in a sentence. Take a 10-word sentence. Can we hear 8 of the 10 words and our brain psychologically fills in the rest? 80%. If we can do 9 words out of 10, 90%. Do 6, 60%. We shoot for, in most situations, 80 to 90% intelligibility. When we do churches, I'd shoot for 80%. Costs a fortune, but what's your product? The spoken and the musical word. So if you want it to be heard correctly, you got to spend the money and cover the surface area to do it. So voice and music, very, very special. 125 to 500 hertz, very, very critical for our music and voice. Not all material types can do that for you. Be careful with that. And it's very, very critical for voice. Beware absorption myths, part 2. Hope this helps. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. We also have a newsletter that you can subscribe to, so please do that because we offer special price discounts to only those on our newsletter. And then don't forget about our forum. We have started a forum on our own website where people ask questions, and I usually get a chance every couple of days to look at it. There's an interchange between people on the forum, and we'll give you real answers on a regular basis, so that'll help you. Thank you.